I did the thing. March of this year, 2025, I was sitting outside of my home crying. I was working 2 jobs. I would go into one and work from 5 to 10, go to the next one and work 10:30 to 7. Did that 4 days a week, like that schedule, and then 2 days a week I'd have one of the jobs. And my daughter had moved out on her own. Me and my tears sitting there. I thought, the dream is never going to happen if I don't do something big. How can I make this work? My house was paid off. What do I have? I have my car, a Kia Soul. Can I do it in a Kia Soul? I'm saying it without tears now. I then went to YouTube, looked up living in a Kia Soul, and found 2 videos of people who were adjusting their Kia Souls. Then I went and looked up women over 50 living in a car. 3 videos jumped out at me, and all 3 delivered the message that I wish I had done it sooner. And also, I had a rough night last night, I'm good. They're glad they didn't buy something to do it. They didn't buy the RV. So the next day I woke up, I drove to my Kia dealer. I had 3 chairs removed from my vehicle, drove them to a storage unit. Then I later paid somebody to put a flooring in. 100 days later, my house settled, like listed it, settled, sold. I was into my car. I thought what was going to happen. 2 weeks in, I'd be like, why did I do this? And let me look and see how much money I'm saving, though. That'll keep me motivated. I never had that moment. Never had that moment. I have now been living in my car for 5.5 months, and it has allowed me to quit the 1 job. I've just quit the 2nd job. I am debt-free. I love it. I wake up in a beautiful state of appreciation and love and joy, and I can change where I'm parked all the time. I can just decide to drive to Florida if I want. I can just decide to drive to New York if I want. I can drive to the airport, hop on a plane, and I've done that. My life that I have now is beautiful. It is nothing like I imagined it would be. It is 400 times better. I drove to Florida and back. I drove to New York and back, like north of New York City. I hopped on a plane and went to Chicago, Kansas City, and San Antonio without vacation time for the last 3. And so I really didn't have a lot of hours to I'm squeezing these in weekends. I got an annual pass to Disney living in Pennsylvania, did an overnight trip, and then I did a day trip because why not? I saw other people doing it. I want to experience that for myself. And what's really weird is when I think about what ultimately made me say yes this time around, outside of the fact that I had this feeling that if I didn't do it now, I'm never going to do it. But it really came down to, I was thinking on my deathbed, I don't want to have only watched the videos of people who have done this. I want to have experienced it for myself. I want to know, how cold does it get? How do you figure out the bathrooms? I want to have experienced that, and I have, and I'm so glad that I have. Did make the decision to leave this job now. I've been based locally in Pennsylvania, which is why I haven't gone public about it. I was pretty stationed in one spot, not parking spot literally, but in one area. And now I am gifting myself with a couple months in an Airbnb, which will be weird for me. I'll have a kitchen again. And a bathroom to use at any time. And I'm gonna go to Walt Disney World quite often. I'm gonna work on creative projects. I'm gonna work on getting some of these videos that I have recorded but not edited and shared with you out. My message is never about you should live in your car. I don't think this is for everyone. I think it's for me. For now, I can't tell you how long it will last. My message is whatever your equivalent is, whatever your car equivalent is in your life. Is it a career? Is it changing your career? Is it going back to school? Is it traveling to someplace you always wanted to travel to? Is it, I mean, it could be, you have a thing. When I bring up the car, what is the equivalent to you that you just think, gosh, I don't want to be on my deathbed and have not experienced the thing, have not have done it? What's the thing that you want to have no regrets on? I will warn you, once you start doing it, you're going to start doing a lot of other things because no regrets. It's got one life. And for me, my backup plan is I go back to shitty jobs. I mean, this is like backup plan, but in a different place that I like better. Now, ideally, I'm not going back to the shitty jobs. I have a lot of other opportunities that will present themselves to me in ways that I can't even imagine now. Because me of January 2025 would not even recognize who I am today, would not believe what I have done. It's amazing. And sometimes it's just scarier to stay where you are. Sometimes it really is. So here's to not staying where I was and to new adventures, to a future road trip that I have been asking information about, and to yours, whatever it may be. We've got one life here. We've got one go around in this physical form. Be the main character of your life. It sounds so cliche. Follow your joy. But when you start to actually do these things and realize, no, I don't have to be the side character here. I can be the main character of my life. And then things happen in your life that are inexplicable. I was going to put on makeup, clean myself up, but this feels right. I had a really good night last night. We had a holiday party for my work. I drank a lot. I have a place to stay. I have a hotel. I stayed an extra night because it's snowing. While my car is super warm, it's just every once in a while, it is nice to have a hotel room. And let me tell you, I appreciate these things so much more than I used to. I appreciate things that me of a year ago would be like, oh, it's so frustrating. Meanwhile, I'm like, that's amazing. And it's powerful to have that kind of appreciation in life. Thanks for watching. If you have questions, put them below. I'm looking forward to sharing things with you, but it's never, ever, ever about the car for you. I mean, unless a few of you, it is. It's about whatever your dream is. All right. Love you so much.